What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mocha Madness, and we definitely got a lot of stuff to talk about today. What's going on, Ronnie? How you doing?
Hey, how is everybody? How are you?
Good, good, good. Doing well.
Yeah,
Doing well.
I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Everything, school's back in. I got a big senior. I got a big S on my hands right now.
This is
So
the best year. Senior year, that's the best year.
yeah, that's what they say. Mama's a little emotional. I gotta pull my shit
Why?
together, but cause that's my baby. That's my. This is just yeah. I'm freaking out, and he's like, "Can you
Calm down.
please calm down? Like,
Exactly.
relax."
I
Yeah.
was talking to this lady at work, and she had been gone for a couple of days, and so I was like, "Where you been?" And she was like, she had went to drop her middle daughter off at college. And she said she was a whole wreck on the way on the flight back. She said, I know that people was looking at me like, what is wrong with this lady? She said she just kept snotting and crying and snotting. I said, oh wow.
That whole week I'm gonna be done. I already know. I'm just ain't gonna be no good. Lay me on the floor. I
Oh,
know it.
not on
Yeah,
the floor. Not
on
on
the
the floor.
floor. Yes.
Let's see. Well, you got a whole year to prepare yourself. So you better start preparing in small steps right now.
It still ain't gonna be ready next year.
Exactly. Then you'll be
That's
like,
how it's gonna go.
oh, where did the time go? Where did the time
That's
go?
where the time go. But you and my other cousin, y'all coming up here for
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, no,
okay.
no, no, yeah. I already said that.
You see, I linked in. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Just let us know. Just let us know.
okay.
We'll be there. We will
I
be
will
there. Yep.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So, are you ready to get into it?
Let's let's get into this mess. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So let's start with this. We'll start with this little clip.
Is. But the man has solved 6 or 7 conflicts this year. I think we ought to give him some latitude to operate.
Which 6 or 7?
I'm sorry, are you not watching the
Which
news?
6 or 7?
Well, we just did Azerbaijan, we did Rwanda, we did Israel, Iran,
Israel, Iran, what? What peace deal did I miss?
ended the 12-day war.
I mean, 6 or 7. I
Are
mean,
you
that's
living on Earth too?
I mean, no, but Rwanda, Azerbaijan, Rwanda, what? What are we talking about?
Casey.
The fact is, we still have a country a world that's on fire. And this is the problem with
Casey,
What are you asking me for, Scott?
I'm asking you to come in here and tell people the truth. Donald Trump has created a track record this year of helping settle several conflicts. He deserves a
So
chance
several is
to
different
operate.
than 6 or 7. So I was letting Bukhari.
First of all, I will
But
say this.
We did see,
I will
Scott,
say
to your
this.
point, after naming something after Donald Trump,
There-
we saw Azerbaijan, Armenia sit down. That was a remarkable moment. We also, I
It
would
was
say,
a
the
re-
Iran
it was a
situation
remarkable-
was solved with force. But
It was and it's still not solved. There's still no peace deal. And actually,
What you got? Ooh, about to drop everything. What you think about that, Ronnie?
Scott Jennings and Stephen Smith they've been getting on my nerves real bad. Scott, stop it. Like, stop it. Like he said coming in, that's what he ran on that too. As soon as I get in, I can stop the war with one, whatever. And it's still going. Nothing has stopped. So and that's because you're trying to basically get rid of Gaza so that you can build all this
Big.
what is it, his little hotels and stuff. But
Exactly.
then really, and I'm not even trying to be funny because I love people in Gaza, but who says I want to go vacation?
Now, to your point, no shade to nobody, but to your point, I've never heard anybody say that.
Never,
I've never heard.
never. And
You know,
it's just it's the I just want to add something into this too with
Yeah,
the
go
whole him doing this peace thing. So he literally has been did I pause? Okay, there we go. I'm like, so I was looking earlier because I like to look at stuff before we have our talking points and stuff. So Joy and Reed, can I just mention I love her and Don Lemon now that they're not under contracts and they can
exactly. They got the free will to
baby, they got their
do
free
what they
will.
want to do.
Yes, and I love it. So the Norwegian, I want to make sure I say that right. The Norwegian minister, you reached out to him saying you want the Nobel Peace Prize or you're threatening him with tariffs. That's earned. That's something that's earned. But I guess since Obama got it, he feels the black man got it. Let me go ahead and.
So basically, you're threatening him.
You're threatening. Yeah, that's something that's earned. Yeah, this just that I just saw that before we hopped on, so I felt like that tied into this whole thing. But that's not how that works. That's something that's earned, and you've not earned
Earned
it.
it and won't
Yeah.
ever earn it. So, but then that's the thing. But see, that's it. Like Scott Jennings, he's always in very much so full support of anything that Trump does. And at some point, I would think you would get tired of being on the news show talking about this stuff, and because it's like at some point you got to be a realist and say he's not perfect, but you make him out to be a perfect person, like everything he does is right. And that's unfortunate. And then here's the thing, though. The fact that he is trying to strong arm somebody and to give him the Nobel Prize is like, But the weird part about it is people will support that type of behavior. The people that support him will support that type of behavior and feel like that's okay. Because guess what? In real life, that's how they operate. Strong arming people to get what they need or get what they want and things of that nature. So what he stands for, I think I've said this multiple times, he gives a voice, he gives life to those who don't do things the right way.
Yep. Don't do things the right way. And those who are, I don't want to call them trailer park trash, but the ones in these rural areas who really have nothing,
Exactly.
and their thing is, well, wait a minute, I'm still white, so I'm still better than them. So let me go ahead and try to push them down and bring me up when they could care less, like literally less about you, but bullying your way into different things is getting on my nerves. That's something that's earned. You haven't caused any kind of peace or any peace treaties with anyone. Let's be serious. I mean, they named a couple, but okay. I'm not falling for that.
It's crazy.
It is very crazy. It's insane. And then because this ties into it a little bit too. I feel like he's putting himself in a position. If you're paying attention, I don't think in his head he intends on leaving that White House.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think so. And how you're trying to change the Kennedy Center. The Kennedy Center has been that for how many years? And you want that named after you now.
And it's almost like you're trying to create a legacy that's not really a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, a legacy is created based off of the things you do, and then people have a lot of respect and admiration for what you've done, who you are, and things of that nature. And so you're basically trying to strong arm your way to get the respect, to get the admiration, to show. So then at the end of the day, you can say, oh, I did this, or look what happened, this, and the third. And then the dumb people that follow him are stupid enough to rally behind him and say, oh, yeah. Because they'll feel like, well, if he did it, I can do it. And because they'll feel like they can do it with no repercussions.
Yep.
And that's the scary part about it.
Yeah, and they've been doing, like you said, they've been doing it, forever. Goes into, he fired the lady who was over the statistics because she put out a thing. They asked for it. She put it out that the unemployment is higher since he's been in. So once you see that, she was appointed by the Biden administration. She was this. So you fired her, and the guy he has over it now was a January 6th rioter.
So of course, yeah.
And they're going to change the narrative so that
to make it seem like you've been successful. Mm-hmm. That is the sad part about it.
It is.
And I can't stress it enough. The worst part about this whole thing, yes, he's running amok and everything like that. The worst part for me is the people that follow him will now rally. Not only have they already rallied behind him, but now they will continue to do so and have behaviors that mimic this. And it's like a slippery slope. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they'll do these things and whatever, and then they won't be held accountable, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Make America Great Again. It stands for making America more like it was in the slave times, or making it back to the slave times. And that's
the plan. That's the plan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah,
it is sad. But I live in Texas, so there's been a lot going on down here in old Texas here lately. So
and I send you everything I see.
Exactly. So let's hear what our old governor had to say about the situation.
What we want to do is to draw districts that give those Hispanics and African Americans in the state of Texas the ability to elect their candidate of choice.
Well, that's not really. I mean, you're doing this to give Trump and Republicans in the House of Representatives 5 additional seats, right? I mean, that's the motivation, is to stave off any midterm election losses.
That right there is what we need more people to do, is to push back and say, no, that's not right. No, what you're saying is not, because the thing about it is so many people are quick to just believe what they hear, believe what they see, because they feel like these people are credible. However, you need to do your research and be wise enough to push back and say, hey, that's not always true. But before we go any further, I wanted you to kind of dig into what is going on in as it relates to redistricting in Texas.
Okay, and I can't believe he's sitting there wheelchair and lied like that on national TV.
Listen, that tree falling on him, that hate don't change, do it?
At all. So you learned nothing, because the tree could have took your life.
Exactly.
You got a second chance and you fucking up. But okay. So first I want to read exactly what a redistrict is.
Okay.
That is, redistrict is to divide or organize an area into new political or school districts. So with this map of Texas, what they've done was, you have a couple of Democratic cities there, or counties, I should say, but not many.
Right.
So what they're trying to do is not what they're trying to do. What the map says is basically those districts are cut out. They redid the map so that those districts are not within the voting range. So what that means is you guys would have to go further, like further. However, the problem with that is, we all know now when we go to vote, they look up your address and stuff to see if you're in the district that you're supposed to be in. So that right there is going to be a hard fall. A lot of them are rural areas where a lot of them, they may vote, but they still have to go a little distance too. Whereas they probably don't mind. But it's one thing for, I may have to travel 30 minutes out of my way, as opposed to an hour and a half, 2 hours to get somewhere to be able to vote.
Exactly.
So with that, with redistricting, I never can say it right. They're making sure that those in those Democrat areas really can't make it. If they do make it, we're going to give them some trouble, because my president called and asked me to get them these 5 seats. So I want to get them these 5 seats.
Right.
And that's just not, because that's some bullshit. But here's my thing. If your numbers are up and you guys are winning and you are so liked and you have the highest, what was it? I forgot what he said. Something about he has the highest rating of the most well-liked president or something like that.
It's false.
Very false. You shouldn't even be worried about that. You should already know you're going to do good. So why are you trying to make it into, you're trying to rig the game in your favor like you rig everything else? But if you're so certain of these numbers and everybody likes you, you shouldn't have a problem. That's what I think.
Let it be what it is. Let it be what it is.
And with all the Democrats leaving, when you're voting on something like that, everybody has to be on the floor in order for the vote to go to the floor. So because everybody is gone, all the Democrats are gone, everybody's not there to make the vote, so they can't bring it to the floor. So, and they're well within their rights to leave their state. I don't know why they're so upset with this, because when Ted Cruz went to Mexico during the ice storm, everybody was, you know what I'm saying, okay with that. Like, I don't understand that. But I also want to throw this out.
People were down bad.
They were down bad, and you were on your way to Mexico with your family.
Exactly.
That was, and it's not like that was a trip that was planned. Your wife was like, let's go ahead and get out of here because it's going to get bad. And you didn't even stay with your constituents. So I have a problem with that. But also, Mr. Hot Wheels, they're trying to still worry about getting people together after that flood. So you have time to bring that to the floor, but you're not bringing that to the floor until the Democrats come back and you can get your vote for this redistricting. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
It's people strong are using these scare tactics to people to get what you want. Then, we're gonna do this, vote on this first. Then when it should be, well, the first vote shouldn't even happen, because this whole redistricting shouldn't even happen. However, you're going to put this is a serious situation with this flooding and stuff like that. That should be handled.
It should be handled.
Should have been handled.
I was going to say it should have been handled. It should have been. But my thing with that too, and I hate to say it because I know they're like, well, the Democrats need to go back. The Democrats don't care about the flood. Hold on, y'all not going to put this on them when it could have been on the floor before they even left, but it wasn't. So we're not going to do that. And also, I'm going to go a little deeper. Biden tried to give them the funding and they didn't want it. So don't try to blame it on the Democrats now to make this some kind of rush because the funds could have already been there, but y'all denied it because you didn't want anything from the government or that administration when he was in. So y'all turned billions away. So what's the rush? I mean, granted, it's a rush, but also what's the rush? Or are you being upset with the Democrats now?
Exactly. Just using anything, any and everything you can, hang I guess use that as an excuse. They're willing to do so. They're willing to do so. But Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett had a little something to say as well.
The only weakling in this equation is the governor himself. It's not Texans that elected the governor to the governor's mansion that asked him to do this. It is the criminal that is currently serving in the White House that begs for him to do this. So let me tell you something. I can guarantee you that Gene Wu's district has not called in and said that he is not representing them or their voices. In fact, it's just the opposite. And I know that my governor may not have practiced law too recently, but I would like to inform him, if he cares to know, that our Texas Constitution specifically provides for being able to break quorum. That is in our Constitution. So as far as I'm concerned, these folk that decided that they were going to break quorum are more Texan and more American than the governor and the president himself.
It's in the Constitution. They aren't breaking any laws. She's 100% right. And okay, Bob, they could have bumped that other side, whoever, but she still looked really, really cute on there. It was one perfectly bumped and the other. I was like, okay, the scarf got it a little bit. They could have been watching my boo. Whoever, y'all could have stepped in just a little bit, but it's okay. She was cute. It was bothering me because I'm like, she's vibing and I'm just like this, and I don't. Okay, one perfect bump and the other just. It's okay. I love you, Jazz.
But yeah, see, here's the thing though. I think they're playing people for dummies.
They are.
Don't think that they know what they're talking about. Don't think they know the law. Don't think they know the Constitution. So it's just kind of like, and that's brings about like why they're trying to regulate what people can read and what the knowledge that you learn in school and things of that nature, because they don't want you to know that what they're doing is incorrect or what they're doing is wrong or they shouldn't even be doing it or can't do it. So
that's it. And that's why every time they try to slowly go in and do something, because it was this week, I can't remember what part of the Constitution it was, but on the White House website, some part of the Constitution was removed. So when people start making a fuss about it, they start going back in saying it was some kind of glitch or something.
Oh,
you don't want people to pay attention. Yeah. So see, y'all slowly trying to change that up too for the Epsteinth time. You see what I did there? Yeah, they trying to switch that up. As they are also trying to, in a lot of states too. I don't know if you've seen this. They're wanting to lower the age of being an adult. They're saying it's so that violent crime amongst teens can stop. So that if you're 14, they want to try you as an adult.
Don't they already do that? They already do that if you're black.
They already do that if you're black. But what it really boils down to is, once we say if we try you as an adult at 14, even females are considered adults at 14. So you can't now say that you were sexually abused or anything because you're an adult now. So once the guy from Utah came and said, well, if we change it back and they're down to 14, it doesn't matter how old their husband is, because they would be considered an adult.
And see, that's that nasty shit that they do a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And they've been doing it.
Exactly. And so they that's for them. That's for them. They want it. it's a benefit so they can continue to prosecute black kids.
Black kids,
And
but
then they
then
can
also
have all those little girls, 14 and 15-year-old girls. That's sad. And they should really feel ashamed of themselves.
They should, but the sad part is they don't, and you still got people that will back him. Well, back in the days they used to do that, and that was fucked up then too.
But here's the thing, also that bothers me about this whole thing is that they do, like, morally, in my mind, this shit is wrong, but yet they try to use religion as their backbone to make these things right, to make everything they do is right. And don't you realize this shit it's not right? You know what I'm saying? And why would you, as a 40-something-year-old man, want to be with a 15-year-old girl? Other than the fact that to control her, obviously.
To control her, and that's the thing too. When they say, well, when men were marrying young women back in the day like that, they stayed together because they stopped school. They started having babies. They couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't. So they had to accept the abuse. They had to keep having these babies. Some of them that are Mormon, my God, I'm not talking about anybody's religion, but I don't understand this. You got some that's like, well, the prophet is what they call their pastor. The prophet wants you. So yes, my daughter is 12 or 13, but the prophet wants her. So that's a high praise here. So we're going to go ahead and marry her off to a 50 or 60-year-old man with his other however many wives. And that's a medal of honor for you. No, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. And I am really sitting here thinking, are y'all because when they come and say, it shows you how smart they are. Trump's name was never in it. His name was redacted. You stupid tramp. If his name was redacted, that means it was in it, you idiot. But okay, whatever. Exactly. So are y'all holding on to that now, hoping that this law making 14-year-olds adults passes so then you can say these young girls was 14 or above in these files. So y'all can't come against us now.
Exactly. Try anything they can do to benefit themselves. And that's the sad part about it, because it's funny how the files were there, then they weren't there, or you know what I'm saying, and his name is in there, and then it's not in there, and I know the man, but now I don't know the man.
Yeah, I don't know the man.
All those type of things. So to your point, I think they're waiting to something like this, some kind of law like this to pass, and then you'll see, get the whole truth and go from there. And that's
it'll come out. And Vance saying.
But I just don't understand, and this is probably naive on my part. It's just I don't understand how people operate in this manner and think that it's okay.
I don't either. And how you don't the party of family and all of that. You don't think that this is fucked up. That's like I 100%. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Epstein stuff. I just want to add this because this week JD was on something saying he had some kind of press conference and he was like, Democrats' names are all through that. Let's stop deflecting. If it's Democrats or Republicans released it, all you bastards need to get locked up because it's disgusting. If it was mainly Democrats, y'all would have been released that shit. That man name would. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, and you know all the men, the Republican men in DC, that they all of them. No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna generalize say all of them. A lot of them be doing nasty shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so they doing whatever they can to cover up some of this wrong stuff. The whole gay rights, gay marriage thing like that. They rally against shit like that.
But y'all in the bathroom at airports meeting. You know what?
Exactly. So it is sad. But today I was online looking at something, and you know who's heated up and fired up about everything that's going on, and he is not afraid to speak out about it? Newsom.
Okay. He's not married. Hi, Gabby.
Ain't that it? Let me play you a little bit of something he was saying earlier.
He knows de facto his presidency ends in 17 months. When Speaker Jeffries is back. He knows it. Why else would you try to rig the system? Why else would you make the phone call? He's a failed president. Who else sends ICE same time having a conversation like this? Someone who's weak. Someone who's broken. Someone whose weakness is masquerading as strength. He's going to lose the midterm.
I have to say that I definitely appreciate people like Gavin Newsom, who's not afraid to speak out against this, against everything that's going on right now. Excuse me. So many people, not so many people, but it seems like some are scared to take the firm stand against everything that's going on for the sake of any repercussions that may come their way. But sometimes you just gotta you gotta push the envelope
and fight for what's right.
Good for the greater good
and fight for what's right.
Oh yeah. And he is fired up about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And then, Trump will come at him and stuff like there was a whole crisis going on with the damn fires in California, and yet you making it personal. You making it this man, he needs help for his residents of California, but yet you making this about something minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's really, where is old boy at? I ain't heard nothing about him. What's the one? Shit. Florida.
Byron.
No.
DeSantis.
Yes. I ain't heard.
Well, Byron's trying to run for whatever the governor the DeSantis is. You know Byron Token. He's trying to run. He wants that. He wants the governor position.
To do what with it?
Kiss ass. That's what he wants. That's what he wants real bad. I want Gavin though to go ahead and have your people in your blue state stop paying them taxes to the federal government. Let them sit on that for a minute. I wouldn't even be fucked up about it. Because have them stop paying tax, have them keep their money, because blue states carry red states.
True.
So let them. Oh, and they give that state, California, gives more money to the federal government than any other state. So hold on to that. Hold on to your dollars. Hold on to your people's dollars, and just let them sit on that for a minute.
Definitely.
It's discouraging. Like it's disheartening, and it's fucking frustrating. But I think I sent you one today. It's somebody in Texas that was speaking up tough.
Yes.
Today, I cannot think of his name.
Let me see.
White man, and he was going
in.
He was going in.
Yes.
I mean, he was going in, and he was going in good.
Hold on.
I can't remember what he called him, but he called him a bunch of shit. And I said, okay, then.
A scam and a sham on the people of Texas and the American public. And this bullshit president has done all this on his watch, and this governor has perpetuated this state. And so I don't know what else to say that my colleagues haven't already told you. But as I walked up to the Capitol and I looked up at the flag that stands above it, I saw the star on that flag. And the flag used to mean something in Texas. It was symbolic for strength and independence. Yes. I'm pretty certain now that under the watch of Greg Abbott, that's nothing more than a one-star Google review. Because let's be clear, the facts are clear. We have a woeful education system, a woeful healthcare system, a woeful infrastructure system that couldn't even give people in Kerr County water gauges, 100-year-old technology and sirens. That never happened, even though it was asked in this very last regular session, and that bill was killed by the lieutenant governor. We have time after time asked them to fix the infrastructure of our rural communities, and Republicans have failed to do so. We have time after time asked them to fix the infrastructure of communities along the border, on communications, so that we wouldn't have another Uvalde. And time after time we have asked for some basic common sense gun violence solutions, so that a man doesn't walk into a Target, steal some cars, shoot down 3 people, and just if you don't know, when the guy was arrested, he was naked with a Bible in his hand. Already shown to have countless mental health holds, and yet in this state, any mentally ill person or 18-year-old kid could access an AR-15. And that is why this state is broken. That is why we don't deserve any more than a 1-star review, because Greg Abbott and his friends have screwed us over and over and over again. And my message to rural Texas, you've been screwed more than anybody. And you keep voting for these fools. It is time we have real change and real issues. And much like my representative colleague, Senator Molly Cook, I'm not going to go back into that farce, into that bullshit room where nothing gets done today, because they would rather do Donald Trump's bidding. They would rather be Donald Trump's lapdogs than to do what is necessary for the people of the state of Texas. What's happening down in there?
Ronald Gutierrez, that's his name.
Yep.
And he ate that ass up. So they asked for a 1-star Google review. Oh, Roland. Yeah, sorry. Said that was a 1-star Google review is what the fuck he said. So
man, he had a lot to say, and all of it made sense to me.
It did.
We're worried about the wrong things. We worried about the wrong things.
About the wrong shit. I respect him though. He stood on it, and he didn't have no notes.
You know what? And I don't. Yeah, I guess I will make it a route race, but I have a lot of respect for the white men that are willing to stand up against.
Oh yeah. And a lot of them are. That's why it's like you almost have to be like, as much as we see all the white ones who are straight MAGA, there's a whole lot of them that's like, nah, we're not playing that game.
We're not going with this. Because I think sometimes the thought process is that they all of them band together. It's a good old boy network. They all, band together and just gonna roll with it. But it's refreshing to see some willing to step out and say, nah, this shit ain't right. We ain't with it. We ain't for it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna rally against it.
Yeah, it really is. It gives you some hope. It does. We just need everybody to kind of, I don't know, maybe it's gonna take their benefits and stuff being, and I hate that, but it's like, we don't know how y'all, what else can it take for you guys to finally see? And some ain't gonna see because they don't care.
Well, but here's the thing: even with the taking of the benefits and things of that nature, they're willing to sacrifice all of that for the feeling of being superior to somebody else. And then the harsh reality for them is that may not happen. Honestly, it may not happen. This isn't the time where people are uneducated and they don't know and they don't have. So it's going to be harder to take people back to those times. Now, I'm not saying it can happen, but it'd be a lot more difficult to take people back. And then plus, you got niggas killing people for sport nowadays.
Right.
You think they gonna go down without a fight? You know what I'm saying?
Right. They might end up dying in the end, but somebody else is gonna die. It's gonna be a couple people dying on both sides. Let me say that. Like, it's not gonna be as easy as y'all. We not just falling in line like that. Like, we're not.
And I think they're underestimating people, because think about it. If you think about it as they marginalized the Hispanic community, and yet they turned around and supported them. A lot of them, not all of them. A lot of them supported this foolishness. So they probably feel like they can do the same thing for the African American community, but it ain't the same thing. Don't get me wrong. We got a couple coons here and there.
We do.
That's willing to, which I don't. What's them boys' name? Donaldson and was it Byron Scott and Donald?
Owen, Candace, but she's trying to. She's a little nervous these days because the French, what's the name? They suing her for saying that his wife
was a man.
Is a man or something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I had seen a clip of her saying, Donald nor Vance has called me at this point. Neither one of them has called to reach out to me to help try to stop this. And
they're not going to.
Their mouth.
They're not going to. They don't. That's the thing. And so maybe this. But here's the thing: we being good old faithful Black people will welcome her back with open arms. You know what I'm saying? That's just how. Even though she's done a lot of fucked up shit, said a lot of fuck. You know what I'm saying? We'll welcome back with open arms and be like, oh, okay, come on. But it should be a wake up call for her to say, listen, I don't have these people's full support. You know.
We don't see. We got, because I'm not gonna be one of the ones that would like, girl, you fucking picked you made your bed and you laid on it, baby. You laid up in it. You pulled the covers all the way up. Ain't nothing we can do. You want that.
You know what I'm saying? Let it listen. You got to deal with it. Live with it.
Yep.
Deal with it.
Yep. And I would rather it, because I believe karma and things, it comes back. If it does, I believe in karma. If it doesn't get you, it may get your kids and stuff.
Yes.
How she was, whatever about George Floyd and stuff like that. I think she was pregnant, and I'm like, you about to have a son. I don't care about your husband being white. Your son's still black, and you better hope he don't get put. You gotta, because if your biracial child get pulled over, it's not gonna be a, oh, he looks biracial, or oh, this might be Candace Owens. He a nigga.
Exactly. And him being Candace Owens' son ain't gonna help him anyway.
At all.
So
at all.
She better get her shit together, but it is what it is. But we're gonna get on up out of here. However, before we go, I got one more thing I want to play.
Okay.
And you sent this to me.
How can I get in touch with Gavin? If I DM Gavin, you think he'll message me back if I slide in his DMs?
My God, today.
Yeah, I don't know. I might try. I might just try.
My God, today. He ain't married.
You might look up there and see me standing next to him, baby. I don't know.
He ain't married.
He divorced.
Oh, ready for you, huh?
Yes.
Ain't that it? Let me play this real. Let me
put that ass in the circle. Go ahead. Say what now? Sorry, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Play this real quick because you were talking about the Handmaid's Tale, and so go ahead and.
Okay, so this specific clip is in the show. It comes from the book, but the lady who wrote the book, she actually it's not really, they say it's fiction, but really everything that she puts in there, she pulled from different parts of history that really happened. So one thing that had happened before was talking about how they took over. When they first went to take over, they tried it in the capital of where they, in the capital to see if they could get away with it, which our capital was DC. And it's so funny too, because in the show, Canada was the place of solace where people would run to, where Canada was still helping those who wanted to get out of this. So this just kind of goes more so along with him releasing the National Guard and stuff in DC right now. They're walking the streets of DC right now.
Yeah, so we play it.
Now I'm awake to the world. I was asleep before. That's how we let it happen. When they slaughtered Congress, we didn't wake up. When they blamed terrorists and suspended the Constitution, we didn't wake up then either. They said it would be temporary. Nothing changes instantaneously. In a gradually heating bathtub, you'd be boiled to death before you knew it.
Prime example of art imitating life.
Yep.
Prime example of art imitating life.
Yep.
So that's that on that.
You got to check that show out. Anybody who's watching, if you haven't watched The Handmaid's Tale, please watch it. And once you start watching it, please come and comment up under our stuff to tell us how fucked up it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it so I can give them a little more commentary on it, because I'm all for that art imitating life. So, all right, well, we're gonna get on up out of here. Thank you for another great episode, great discussion. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys soon.
See you guys later.